All right, how's it going, everybody? Rapacious J back here again. And today, I want to do a little recap of the 2023 and also provide some insight into some of the ideas that I have for the channel for 2024, which is just around the corner. Hard to believe, huh? First of all, I want to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching my videos. I really appreciate that. I know there's a lot of content on YouTube these days, so once again, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. So 2023 was a pretty good year, a pretty decent year overall for me. The freezer's full of fish and crab, so super grateful for that. I started off the year with a little trip on the bragging rights at Lake Merwin in the state of Washington. It's a great little fishery for the landlocked sockeye, the kokanee salmon. It's a great little place to go fish in spring, early spring, late winter. The fish are nice. They're like 8 to 12 inches, 8 to 14 inches long. Lots of action. So good eating fish too. So anyway, check that one out if you haven't seen it. I put a little cinematic flair on that too. So kind of gives you an experience of what it's like to be on that lake. It's a really beautiful lake. Spring Chinook fishing for me this year was pretty slow. I know a lot of guys did really well, but honestly, I didn't put a lot of time into that fishery this year. So that's one thing that I hope to bring to the channel next year is a little bit more spring Chinook content on the Columbia River and Willamette Rivers. So hopefully I can bring that to you guys. On to the shad fishing as we get into June. This is a fantastic fishery for kids. If you guys don't already know that. Fast action. Took a buddy out with his two girls for the first time, and I think we fished for 2 hours, and we caught over 80 shad. So great fighting fish. They're like 1 to 5 pounds. I'm use trout rod setup, and probably go over a little bit more of my setup for that fishery this year. But anyway, check that one out if you haven't seen it. And once again, great place to take the kids because unlike springer fishing, you don't have to sit in the boat for 8 hours to get a takedown. The next thing I think that I filmed was the shrimping. Yeah, my annual shrimping trip up in the San Juans with Captain Somdog. So check that one out. That's a real cool video. Beautiful place up there, obviously in the San Juans. Fun fishery for the spot prawns. You're dropping pots at 350 feet deep. Usually beautiful weather that time of year in June. So that's something I like to do every year, and hopefully I can bring you some more content from that in 24. I spend a lot of time in the summer with ocean coho fisheries out of Garibaldi, out of Tillamook Bay there, and also out of Astoria and Oahu areas. It's super good action. If you find those coho, you got to find them though. If you do find them, doubles and triples are not uncommon. Spinning those anchovies out there, super fun. So here's my one fishing tip for the video. If you're going to fish Garibaldi in July for those coho salmon, you got to use the pawn shop. This thing is money out there. You will catch those coho with this. Give it a shot. After the ocean fishery winds down, of course, we get into the Super Bowl of salmon, as they say, on the Columbia with the fall Chinook fishery, which starts off down to buoy 10. And that is just, fantastic. You've all seen the videos of that. Great fishery, one of my favorite fisheries of the year. Fished at buoy 10, moving up to Longview and then up into the Columbia Gorge, which is probably one of my favorite spots. The year started off a little bit slow for me because I think the weather was pretty warm, the water temps were pretty high. But let me tell you, about that second week of September, the water cooled off a little bit and that bite turned on, and it was game on for those fish. It was just so much fun, whether you were trolling with the pro trolls and spinners, super baits, spin fish, whatever you want, or sitting on anchor, quick fish. I love sitting on anchor, by the way, so I'm gonna bring a lot of videos next year with quick fish fishing, spinner fishing, and stuff off anchor. So I love to do that. Very effective for me. I think I made 3 or 4 videos of the fall Chinook fishery, so check those out if you haven't seen them. They're great. Once again, I got a little cinematic flair on those. I really like making those videos pop and look cool, so hope you guys continue to enjoy those. That fishery did really well. Once again, guys were catching fish all the way to the end of October almost this year. So it was a really banner year for the fall Kings, and fingers crossed it's just as good in 24. And then lastly for the year, I like to do a couple crabbing trips out of Garibaldi and out of Hammond down in the Columbia estuary and stuff. It's very good in November, December. There's lots of males in the estuary. They tend to be much larger in size and really full, really hard shell crab, which gives you a good yield on the meat. That's my favorite time to crab. I think the crabs are the most full. And anyway, so check out a couple of videos of that. Always enjoy getting out there, Tillamook Bay, and getting those big 7-8 inch Dungeness crab. Got some videos on that. Check them out. I think that about wraps it up for the year fishing wise. So in terms of 2024, I have a bunch of ideas, but a few things that I'd like to do. I'd like to do a few more videos on walleye. I'm gonna do a little more walleye fishing next year. So up in the gorge and up also John Day and let's see, the Dalles area. So hopefully I can bring you some more of that content, show you some tips and techniques that I use for the walleye. And then also I want to do a little bit more of the pike minnow fishing. That is a fantastic fishery, the money fish. And what a great deal to go out in Columbia in the summertime and catch fish and get paid for it. I mean, you can get up to $10 a piece for those fish. So it's really fun. I'm not an expert by any means in pike minnow fishing, but I enjoy it. And hopefully I can bring you some cool videos and provide a little bit of knowledge of what I know about that fishery. Probably do a little bit more videos on some of my tackle setups and techniques that I use. Just a little bit more tutorial kind of things. Bring a few of those videos to you guys. And then also some more catch and cook kind of style. I have a whole bunch of recipes that I'd like to share. And I got a few shorts too of some of my favorites here, so you can check out those on the YouTube shorts if you want to see some of the recipes that I've done in this year in 23. Maybe some merchandise in 24? I don't know. What do you guys think? Doing a couple logo designs? I look pretty cool on a t-shirt, huh? We'll see. Just keep your eyes open. Maybe some cool shirts and sweatshirts coming in 2024. Lastly, I'm going to build a new fishing shed this year. So I'm really excited. I'm going to kind of do a walkthrough of the process on this shed. I'm going to build a 12 by 16 shed to house all the fishing and crabbing gear. So I'm super excited to show you guys how I'm going to set that up. And I think with that said, I think that's kind of where I'm going to go for 24. So I'm just going to continue to bring you the good content from the fisheries that I like to fish right here in the Pacific Northwest. Once again, thanks guys. Thanks so much for watching my videos. And you know, if you like them, share them with your friends and family, subscribe. It just helps support the channel and, you know, just help it grow. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, so cheers everybody. Have a happy new year, and we will catch you on the next video.